Huzzah! You clickety-clacked really goodly, and now, thanks to the powers of imagination, pen, paper, and nerddom, you're about to commit a murder! How would you like for this to occur? Wait, no, it's not the same. It's the phrase that many a critter and many a player at match tables want to hear, the one that signifies one took out a major enemy, and now one has the opportunity to describe their look. Why am I explaining this to you, you industrious critter about town, you? Winky face. I'm Arthur from Natural 9, and these are the 10 best How Do You Want to Do Thises of the Mighty Nein campaign. By now, you should know that this will contain spoilers for all of Campaign 2, as well as a few Campaign 1 references. I'm playing this by ear. Before that, honorable mentions. Episode 86, where the laughing hand laughs through being burned alive by Bernie McSad Wizard. God, wow. Oh.
How do you want to...
Climbs up his back and burns his entire backside.
He just stands there, not reacting. The flames just engulfing, and the laughter gets louder and louder, then thinner and thinner. And then the flames eventually burn out, and he's still just standing, a blackened body on its feet.
Oh, sick.
Wow.
Episode 68, where Caduceus claps back hard at a doppelganger.
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
I just want to turn around as he comes up, and I just want to catch his skull as it slowly, he just fucking hits him.
And you just kind of grab it and pull it in. Cheap copy.
All right.
Episode 1, where Marisha earns the first How Do You Want to Do This of the campaign by punching a zombie.
Ready to go ahead and go for that like open wound in your gut. And as it does, how do you want to do this?
First blood.
And episode 7, where Shikasta puts down a Manticore Mama at a mercy.
As is tradition, it seems, for our guests, how do you want to do it?
I drop the reed that's in my hand, and I start to play with the flames that start to light on the edges of my fingers. As I slowly bring them together, there's a musical interlude that starts to play and shoots toward the Manticore, diving down her throat and exploding her heart. You know what? And I did that, and I did that out of love for someone who just lost their child.
Timestamps in the descriptions. Time for the countdown. Number 10. Captain Tusktooth doesn't bark. It's not always about winning or losing. Sometimes it's about sending a message. In this case, it was about Fjord sending a message to Lucien and Carr, showing them that despite their seeming disadvantage, the Mighty Nein weren't going to back down from the Tomb Takers. Before confronting the crazy cultists inside the Presidius ward in the broken city of Aor, the Mighty Nein decided to booby trap every way they could to ensure that they had the upper hand against the Tomb Takers. After an attempted arrest, the Tetes managed to set the traps off, nearly killing most of them, including that dreaded Otis. Fjord then did some crazy shit to get around Lucien's anti-magic cone, land near Zoran, and plant his flag into the ground. If by flag you mean murder blade, and by ground you mean one of the Tomb Takers' fucking necks.
Yeah, that's 28.
How do you want to do this? He is face down on the ground and is out. The first strike as you carve into him, the body just gives in.
I'll look up at Lucien. I'll take the Star Razor. I'll shove it in his neck and turn it.
The head just kind of dislodges a few inches.
No way out of this fight, my friend.
Apparently. Wow.
It was very satisfying to see the smug prick sweat a bit, and while this How Do You Want to Do This doesn't have as much pomp and circumstance as the typical Macho Man promo, it makes up for it with intensity and contribution to the narrative. Great, googly moogly, do not mess with Captain Tusktooth. Number 9.
Oh, no.
Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes the mistake lands you in hot water with your boss. Sometimes your significant other needs you to work for an apology. Sometimes you accidentally kill one of your workmates with an arrow you forgot could explode. The point is, we're all prone to little oopsies. Working to uncover the source of some strange demonic incursion in the city of Asarius and Jorhas, the Nine uncover a group of demons, including an incubus and a succubus. Before they seduced everyone, Not managed to get a shot off with her crossbow using a special arrow. It's a good thing she did it near Caduceus, who was unconscious and on his last death save. Wait, hold on! Oh God!
How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
How would I like to do this? It's an explosive arrow.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
So.
Oh no.
As you see it rush past a friend, you fire, and the bolt strikes towards it and
Third level.
detonates.
Oh no.
You watch as portions of the incubus are scattered across the ceiling, the walls, the floor, just
I celebrate.
dripping down. You celebrate like, yeah! And all you see is like the body of Caduceus, which is thrown about 5 or 6 feet from the explosion, land on the ground, charred and dead.
No! I run forward.
Pro tip: watch Talison's face during the exchange. It's such a beautiful facial journey. Number 8. Who fights bosses in the intended order? They say that no plan survives contact with the enemy. Mike Tyson put it another way: everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And boy did Matt have a plan that died the moment Bo punched Lorenzo. Lorenzo the Oni was a menace, a slaver that had managed to kidnap almost half the Nine with his Iron Shepherds, slaying Molly in the process. But the Nine wasn't about to take that sitting down. With the help of new and old friends, the gang encountered him inside the Sour Nest, where Fjord, Jester, and Yasha were being kept. And after a tactical mistake from Matt and a key point from Marisha, it was Caleb that got the final word. Fresh off of losing Frumpkin by shooting the blue demon with some red hot flames.
That's a lot of calculator.
Fuck. How do you want to do this?
Oh, well, fuck me running, it worked. And I just watch it leave my finger and take an impossible spiraling trajectory through the air. And he's so preoccupied with that charming dwarf woman with the stubble. It takes him in the back of the head, and it just starts to burn through the back of his skull and eat away through the back of his head and burn through his eyes.
What the fuck? As he attempts to try and make for an exit, the flames curl across the body, leaving ash, dissipating as the outer sides of his form begin to just fall away into dust and blackened shale.
You shouldn't have killed my cat.
Oh, right, it was also live at Gen Con, giving the indie crowd a badass moments. Stunning Strike is broken as fuck, and Caleb even managed to keep his composure. Crazy. Number 7. Hell hath no fury like a Jester Scorned.
Please don't kill me at a live show.
Words you never want to hear from your wife, am I right? Another Gen Con live show moment, this time from the next year. The gang is traveling through the snow to find the forged city of Utherdurn, when all of a sudden, snow worms! One of them eats Bo, and Jester is pissed at the idea of losing her girlfriend. Granted, she was also a mammoth at the time, thanks to Caleb, so, you know. Unable to find the now buried Beauregard, Mammoth Jester decides to take out her anger on the nearest creature, which just happens to be a smaller snow worm.
So, whoa. That's 4d10 bludgeoning damage. That's just my bonus action.
Fuck it up.
Oh shit! Wait, that was 4d10 plus 7. I didn't add the 7.
Okay.
Holy fuck. 7, that's 20, what, 22
Sure.
points of goring tusk damage.
You take 8 points of fire damage.
Fuck it, I'm a mammoth, I don't care.
And
How do you want to do this?
Caleb, make my noise for me. And I'm stomping. My trunk is everywhere. And then I run over to Caleb and I'm like stomping and like, let me out so that I can help Bodo. Except I'm not saying that, I'm just thinking it.
The creature is no more.
I kind of want to be a mammoth all the time.
I imagine it was crazy for the indie crowd to watch anime goth kitty Laura Bailey's rage turn into wonderment at the amount of damage she could do as a mammoth.
Fuck it, I'm a mammoth, I don't care.
Needs to be on a shirt, by the way. Number 6. How Fjord got his groove back. Never confront a crazy ex, friends. It's never a good idea, almost never ends well, and will likely end up with an epic underwater fight causing you to bisect them with an ultra-powerful sword. It gets messy, is what I'm saying. Fjord, unfortunately, couldn't follow this advice as the undead Captain Avantika returned, interrupting the Nine's trip north to Isocross with one goal in mind, grabbing the cloven crystal she was missing to unleash Ukatoa. Unfortunately for her, the Nine are tenacious, and even after she grabs what she was looking for and yeets her way off ship, they search for her, and with the power of orcas and a relentless hex, they manage to find her in the drink, and Fjord's divine smite rings true.
How do you want to do this?
Oh man! And on the first strike, it turns her. And on the second one, as I bring the sword back around, you see like yellow energy shimmer from the water around Fjord, and it collects and runs up through him, and the runes pulse on the Star Razor.
You all watch as the runes pulse up on the Star Razor. The blade itself seems to almost extend an additional 1.5 inches. You watch as additional runes that previously were not visible on the blade begin to appear on the outer edge of the base of the blade.
What? I was just making that shit up!
Continue.
They pulse, Fjord's yellow eyes flash, because fuck Ukatoa, and just bisect her.
As the blade impacts and cuts through the body, you just see the swing, all the energy streaks through, and there's a moment where it's just calm and still in the darkness below. Avantika doesn't react. The blade itself now goes dark. As the center of the chest, a thin line of white light appears. Her head lolls down towards it and looks back up towards you. And as she opens her mouth, the inside of her mouth is glowing with that same light. As it bursts, completely sending the upper part of her torso and the lower half of her body scattering from each other. As in the middle of this space, it's like when you see a depth charge explode. There's a under the water before it vanishes there, leaving the two parts of her just setting adrift.
Travis got to exalt his vestige just like Sam did in Campaign 1, and it truly lit up this cathartic moment for the captain of the 9 heroes. Number 5. Stunned Wizard Vibes. Liam O'Brien has never been above pushing narrative over min-maxing, and it's never been more apparent that this is the case than when he gave himself this huge a flaw. Dealing with a cult of gnolls that worshipped a manticore, Caleb managed to get the better of one of the priests with a fire move. However...
How do you want to do this?
I am going to extend my hand forward, and I have 5 fingers out, and then I pull in 4, and then I extend flame down my hand, because these people have hurt my little friend, and I want his hair to burn off his head and die.
And he falls back on the ground screaming, as you watch Ghost Rider style, his head just burst into flame and burn away until he falls back to his knees, and you can just see the darkened expression of a black skull into the fire before he falls. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What is this madness?
What does this mean?
That's a 7.
Ship.
A wave of memories come flooding to you, and you feel your motions grow slow. You guys watch as Caleb kind of stares at this and just continues to stare at the guy burning in flames. All right, that ends your turn.
What?
What was that?
Chakasta, it's your turn.
Thanks to the trauma of having basically caused and witnessed the deaths of his parents via arson, Caleb's brain takes a turn when he finishes off a humanoid enemy with fire, unless he succeeds on a wisdom saving throw. It takes a while for Caleb to start to forgive himself for the crimes Tread Ichthon put him through, but in these early days, he never stood a chance against the PTSD. A wonderful character choice from the classically trained voice master. Number 4. The Heartbreak Kid. Holy fuck, Karen Page killed a blue dragon! Stowaways on ships are a crapshoot at the best of times, but Twiggy's appearance on the Ball Eater triggered a series of events that sucked the Nine into a demi-plane of craziness known as the Halls of Halas, or the Happy Fun Ball if you want to get serious about this. After some exploration, the Nine and Twiggy found themselves in a fight with a blue dragon. Thankfully, after Bo stumbled into an exit, the rest of the Nine made their way out, with Jester not being the last to get out, except for a tiny gnome.
Come on, Twiggy.
I'm gonna come out of hiding. I'm gonna fire an arrow with advantage.
Yeah.
Last man standing, Twiggy.
Natural 20. That's 9. That's another 10 is 19.
Oh my fucking god.
Double that. Come on, come on.
Double that to 38.
How do you want to?
We cannot see that.
No one's gonna see my
No one's gonna believe her!
Wait.
I step out and I put on my meanest face that I learned from Sir Cadigan and
Still in the form? Or
still as Halas. 100% as Halas. And I say, this is for my only friends. Yeah, I want to hit him like in the heart because he broke my heart.
Oh, bud.
It stumbles forward towards you now that you're visible. Its eyes kind of blinking in and out, looking confused, still with the shape he knows.
Now I drop it.
Falls to the ground and collapses, exhaling bits of energy arc out of its snout and dissipating the stone around there. The dragon is dead.
Deborah Ann Wall is a treasure in anything she's in, whether it's the put-upon friend assistant to a blind vigilante lawyer, or a small roguish gal who just wants to protect her new friends. Number 3. Long may he reign. A bit of advice to all critters out there: treasure your close friendships. As long as everyone is happy, never let those friendships go. Even if the friendship is with a broken aspect of a psyche, of a weird sociopath who wants to control reality. Jester Lavore followed this advice to the letter, weirdly enough. Despite fighting the fused version of Lucien, aka the Neo Somnovum, the Nine called out not Lucien's name, but Mollybox. That did enough to distract him to the point that the Nine were able to hold their own despite several setbacks. But the one soul that loved Molly so hard that she'd keep reaching out to him till the end, the one that Molly had pegged as interesting from the day that they met, she was the one that was gonna bring him home.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at 4th level on Lucien.
Okay.
That's 7d6. 11, 21, 26, 29 doubled. 29 points doubled.
To 58. How do you want to do that?
Oh!
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna go, I know you're in there, Molly. We love you so much and we want you back. Lucien doesn't deserve you.
As you send off the blast of Guiding Bolt, it strikes the chest of Lucien. As it begins to burn away from the inside of his body, he begins to scream as the Somnovum flicker and burn and explode around him. His own hand reaches up into the wound, and both sides tear himself into 2 separate pieces. As both sides kind of limply fall back. Collapses to the ground. No longer moving.
Bonus points to Melora for throwing them a bone with the simultaneously most blasé and most clutch divine intervention in Critical Role history, and gifting the party their friend back. Kinda?
Before it goes in.
When a couple
Very
minutes
quietly.
left. Now is the time.
In the corner, cast divine intervention. I'm just sort of curious.
Please tell me what this means, because
No.
I'm tired.
Did you succeed? Did you just succeed again? Wow.
You rolled the fucking 2%.
I did.
Rolled 2%.
You really did?
I did.
Holy fuck!
Oh my god, Wild Mother, please
Hold
be
on,
with us
hold
right
on,
now.
Hold on. Whoever it was, just put it back. I think they've earned it. Put it back.
The green turns to brown and pulls away. And your eyes open for the first time.
Bolts up and runs.
No! I'm chase after.
Either way, Jester stopped the disaster from happening. Number 2. Say the line, Matthew! I'm sure there are other examples of Matt dealing the killing blow to his monsters using the friendly NPC of the day out there, but there was just something so satisfying about this one. It was likely the combination of the monster in question being a huge boss monster that abso-fucking-lutely deserved it. The killing NPC was the one we wanted to learn more about, and the moment was just too perfect. Exhausted after fighting off Obaan and the Laughing Hand in an effort to prevent the unleashing of the Chained Oblivion, the Nine beg Obaan's other previous mind slave, the Katergeist, aka the inevitable friend, to attack the monstrous Obaan the Punished, which she does, resulting in the rarest of moments.
Is engaged with it.
10 feet reach.
And technically, yeah,
I mean,
10
he
feet.
also would have.
Yeah,
Would have.
yeah.
He's not going from far away. He's on top of it.
No, that's true. That's true. I'll allow it.
Matt's gonna kill one of his own characters.
Come on.
Glad we shamed you into this.
Say it.
Yes!
Say it, say it, say it, say it!
How do I want to do this?
Friendship! It was killed with the power of friendship! That's the
Matt, please describe how you would like to kill yourself.
Oh shit.
You watch as the Katergeist kind of vanishes into the ground. As it pulls forward, it explodes from the inside. Caduceus rolls out onto the ground, covered in the black ichor, and there where it was standing, you see the Katergeist holding both blades out, had phased up into it and burst through from the inside, carving it apart into multiple places.
Yay! Bullying your DM into doing your dirty work! I sure hope my players never trick me into finishing my own boss monsters.
Hey, that's a great idea.
And number 1, Freedom Rings. It's like Matt said.
Sometimes it's fucking poetic.
Like Grog striking down Kevdak, Yasha was finally able to bury the past, as the demon that had controlled her for a chunk of her life, Obaan, finally met his end at her hands. Yasha had lost so much time to this complete prick, not to mention the various atrocities she'd likely committed in his name. But on this day, the day where she escapes his grasp one last time, it's practically destiny that she would be the one to rend Obaan from life.
How do you want to do
Okay, I want to do something very bad.
Do it.
But I kind of want to reach up to the top of his wings and I want to pull them off.
Yeah. As you reach and grab, you see electrical energy across her arms. As her eyes begin to spark with bright blue anger, she puts her foot against the back of his shoulder blades and you start screaming. Tears the wings off of his back. They go scattering across the ground, spinning, spattering his dark blood across the stone. He falls to his knees.
take out Skin Gorger. Right through the chest.
The blade goes in. You pull the blade out, and he falls to the ground.
Yasha casts those chains aside, and Obaan, well, he needed a little more to complete the end, thanks to the Chain Oblivion. But Matt ends up taking care of that, so it's cool. We're cool. It's all good. It's all good. And just like that, another campaign ends. What do you think of my list? Did your fave not make the cut? Sound off in the comments below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and share this around. I'm also going to be doing a lot more streaming on Twitch coming up soon. Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel like that's going to be where I'm going to be going for a while. Anyway, as always, don't forget to love each other, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Stay tuned, my friends.
What's... Oh no.
Oh, what the f-